Good evening, good evening, good evening, and good evening once again. Good evening once again. I am going to give you an update this evening regarding the disappearance of Isabella Kalua, whose birth name is Ariel Sellers. Due to the latest update and the horrific circumstances surrounding Isabella's disappearance and murder, um, I decided that I will, from this day forward, refer to Isabella as Ariel Sellers. I'm going to refer to her as her birth name, her birth name, the name given to her at birth. Um, I just don't believe that I will do Ariel justice by referring to her as Isabella, being that her name was changed by individuals who had other intentions, uh, sadistic intentions for adopting her. And I don't believe that I don't believe that the individuals who adopted Ariel Sellers uh, adopted Ariel with the intention of loving her and embracing her, and treating her like a human being, treating her like a child, um, treating her like they would want to be treated. I don't feel that they should have had the right to rename her. And so, because I don't feel that personally, we know legally what her legal name um, was at the time of her death. You know, due to those circumstances, I want to um, honor and respect Ariel by referring to her as simply Ariel and not Isabella this evening. I have some individuals, I believe, that may be joining the live stream tonight. I am going to share this live stream. I'll share this live stream now with Where Are the Boys? So I'm going to share this live stream with Where Are the Boys? And going to share this live stream with offensively Nor. And going to share this live stream with a few groups. So just bear with me, or I ask you for your patience. There aren't a lot of individuals here tonight. There aren't a lot of individuals who have joined the live stream thus far, who have joined this StreamYard broadcast. So yeah, I want to get the word out a little bit. So I am going to share this live stream with Missing, Lost, and Trafficked. I am the admin for Missing, Lost, and Trafficked. I'm going to share this live stream with Justice for Ariel. I'm going to share this live stream with the Grim Truth podcast. I'm continuing to share this live stream tonight, and I'm going to share this live stream. Looking for other groups right now with Missing Justice on this evening. I'm sharing this live stream with Where Are the Boys, Oren and Orson West. And yes, they are still missing out of California City, California. Um, I did discuss their disappearance, and I will be discussing further discussing updates regarding their disappearance very soon. I am going to continue sharing this live stream, just trying to figure out which groups I want to share the live stream with. Um, I'm going to share this live stream with Make It Make Sense, Classic and Sincere. And those names are the birth names for Oren and Orison. There is another group called Make It Make Sense, Classic and Sincere. Classic and Sincere. And so I've shared this live stream with a few groups. I'm going to share this live stream. Let's see if I can share it to my stories. I'm not sure if I can share it to my stories. It looks like I could only share it to groups, which I've done. Okay. And so I guess I would tag just a few individuals in on this specific live stream on this evening. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do this evening. I'm tagging Isabella Kalua, aka Ariel. This group has about 693 members in that group. So I've alerted this specific group. So just reaching out right now to some of Ariel's supporters at this time, okay? So I'm reaching out to some of Ariel's supporters. Let's see. And just seeing which groups I can tag right now for groups who are in support of Ariel getting justice. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and tag in. Let's see, there's another group. It's called Justice for Ariel Sellers, and there are 2.5K members in that group. Okay, so I've tagged that group as well into this live stream, and I'm asking you to share, share, right? If you're joining, I would like for you to share. If you're joining, I would like for you to share. So share, share, share. Please share. Excuse me, something's itching me. Please share this live stream. I would like for you to please share this live stream. Let's see if I can tag Hawaii News Now. Okay, so I found Hawaii News Now, and I've tagged Hawaii News Now into this live stream. And without further delay, I'm going to give you the latest update on Ariel Sellers. She was renamed Isabella Kalua by Issac Kalua and Lehua Kalua. Those two individuals um, are her adoptive parents, and there is a photo I included or embedded into this live stream. There is again a photo that I've included, embedded into this live stream of both Isaac and his wife Lehua Kalua. Okay, so I'm pulling up the latest update, and I really did have to. I had to get myself into an emotional place, um, a healthy emotional place, rather, um, before proceeding to read these details, horrific details, to all of you today. Missing Hawaii girl was kept by adoptive parents in dog cage with duct tape on mouth and nose, sister says. This is in from KTLA.com. A biological sister of a 6-year-old Hawaii girl reported missing by their adoptive parents told police the parents forced her to keep it a secret that Isabella Kalua was not breathing inside a dog cage in the bathroom with duct tape on her mouth and nose. The new details were revealed in documents filed in court Friday to justify the arrest of Isaac and Lehua Kalua, who adopted Isabella and two of their siblings and two of her siblings, and were foster parents to another biological sibling on suspicion of second-degree murder. The Kaluas on September 13th had reported to police that Isabella, also referred to by Honolulu police by her birth name of Ariel Sellers, was missing, and that they had seen her asleep in her room the night before. Police arrested the Kaluas on Wednesday, saying they believe the girl was killed a month before they reported her missing, but a body has not been found. The parents were being held without bail and appeared in a court via video from a cell block on Friday. A deputy public defender entered not guilty pleas for them, but it's not yet clear who their attorneys will be, said state public defender James Tate. He said if they both qualify for public defenders, one of them will have a private attorney appointed. An attorney who has acted as their spokesperson, William Harrison, said he is not representing them in the case, but has spoken on their behalf as a family friend. All I can say is I'm obviously saddened by what's written, he said of the court filing. I don't know the details. During an interview a week ago with a detective, Isabella's sister said the Kaluas asked her about 2 months ago to keep secret what happened. That Isabella was in the bathroom in a dog cage, duct tape on her mouth and nose, and she didn't wake up, according to the police affidavit in support of warrants for the Kalua's arrest. The sister was identified by initials MK in the court documents, which indicate she was born in 2009. During a news conference announcing the arrest of the Kaluas, police declined to comment on why they believe Isabella is dead. The timing of the sister's interview last Friday with the detective coincides with Honolulu Police Homicide Lieutenant Dina Thames saying the case turned into a murder investigation at the end of last week. The sister, who is older, said she knows Isabella is dead because she was there, the court documents said. Leah then filled the bathtub with water and put Isabella in it to see if she would wake up, but it did not work, the document said. The sister had to help carry Isabella to their bedroom, the documents said. The mother then drained the tub, and a few days later, Issac Lehua went to a hospital pretending he had COVID-19 symptoms, the document said. The sister told police she knew he was pretending because he took time off work to help mom, the document said, to get rid of the stuff, evidence. The sister told police Lehua Kalua bought the dog cage on the internet even though they didn't have a dog. Kalua said she bought it because Isabella would sneak around at night and want to eat because she was hungry. The sister said Isabella would be hungry because Kalua wouldn't feed her, and the sister tried to sneak food to her sometimes, according to the court documents. Isabella was kept in the cage at night, the sister told police. After reporting Isabella missing, Lehua Kalua told police the girl had a habit of going into the garage and falling asleep and would sometimes leave doors unlocked, according to the affidavit. She also told police their home surveillance system constantly stops working. According to the affidavit, police recovered surveillance footage on September 13th that showed Isabella was last seen on cameras on August 18th. Today is November 15th, 2021. Today is a Monday, And Isabella, who I've chosen to refer to as Ariel, her birth name given at birth, Ariel Sellers, has not been found. Her remains have not been found. You may want to know, or you may be wondering, what went wrong? What went wrong? How is it possible that Issac Kalua and his wife Lehua Kalua, how is it possible that they were permitted to adopt Ariel, although they had, or at least Issac had for sure, a criminal record? How did this happen? I did a little bit of research to find out what the laws are regarding foster parent approvals in the state of Hawaii. Okay? And here's what I learned. What are the laws to become a foster parent in Hawaii? And to better break this down, what are the standards required? What requirements does the state of Hawaii have? Or what requirements have they set in place for potential foster or adoptive parents? And I was able to retrieve these answers, and I retrieved it from consideringadoption.com. The minimum qualifications to be a foster parent or adoptive parent in Hawaii include having sufficient income to meet your financial needs, providing a safe, loving, supportive environment for a child, pass required criminal history and child abuse registry checks, complete the pre-service training and the home study, and to have a sufficient space for a child. I'd like to know who, if anyone, with the Hawaii's Department of Children and Welfare Services, or with the Hawaii Department of Human Services. I'd like to know who conducted a background check on Mr. Kalua. Who conducted a background check? And I'd like to know if after the background check was received, if it was even required, if I know it's required by the state, if whoever was supposed to be requiring this of them actually required it, you know, asked them to go through the background screening process, I'd like to know if that person actually took time to look and read the details within the background check itself. If, in fact, the background check was reviewed properly, I'd like to know why was the adoption of Ariel sellers. I'd like to know why it was approved. Why was it approved? That's what I'd like to know. I hope that you all are sharing this live stream today. I'd like to know why it was approved. I don't know if there was some sort of substitute social worker, or I don't know, substitute adoption service staff assisting the Kaluas throughout this process, who had not been given instructions regarding the requirements the Kaluas were or should have been expected to furnish, to complete. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened here. But something happened. Someone definitely neglected to do some essential part of their job description to fulfill that job description. And therefore, a child was approved to go into a home with two individuals who did some unspeakable and horrific things to her. Because at some level, some individuals or individuals failed to fulfill, to carry out their minimum job requirements, consisting of the Kaluas being given a background check that would or should have been thoroughly reviewed. It should have been thoroughly reviewed. A young child did not live to enjoy her 7th birthday. A young child was deprived of food. A young child was restricted of movement. A young child was denied her right to breathe freely. You see what I'm doing right now? A young child was deprived of that right. And that young child is Ariel Sellers. You see, it was Mr. Kalua reportedly who put duct tape over Ariel's nose and mouth. Both parents denied her of an appropriate education by taking her out of school, homeschooling her for the purpose of torturing her repeatedly, consistently, at their leisure, without any interference. They tortured her until her body, her mind, her soul could not withstand the torture anymore. And what's even more frightening is that I'm wondering how many other Ariel sellers are living with monsters tonight. How many other children across the state of Hawaii and throughout the United States of America are being treated like animals by individuals who desire to do everything they can think of to hurt a child, everything other than love that child. How many other children are suffering, being abused, being misused, being emotionally, socially, physically, sexually damaged tonight. I'm also wondering, is there anything we can do as advocates, concerned, you know, youth advocates, parents? Is there anything the community could do to save these children, to rescue them from torture? I know where we can start. We can start helping these children, saving these children by demanding adoption agencies and foster care, services, and Department of Human Services across this country simply do their jobs. We have to demand that they simply do their jobs. Some individuals, they just didn't do their job. They cared more about clocking in and clocking out than they cared about making sure that a child, in this case, Ariel Sellers, was being placed with people who were psychologically stable, emotionally stable, and most importantly, individuals free of a criminal past. Someone was just being lazy, and they just didn't do their jobs. And because they just didn't do their jobs, Ariel Sellers died before her 7th birthday, and her remains have yet to be found. Have a good evening and stay safe.